We're back again. We're back again. Mistake after 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 mistake. If you say it fast enough, it sounds totally different. Mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. If you say it fast enough, it begins to sound like after my steak, after a delicious steak. Maybe I'm just hungry. Maybe I'm just thinking about food right now. Mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. The faster you say it, it turns into another message about a delicious steak. God, I want one. Well, Jimmy Kimmel coming back to say some dumb shit. That's another mistake. Huge mistake. Sitting around social media all day crying about a funeral, saying, oh, it was a Nazi rally, there was too much religion at the memorial. Oh my Don Lemon, I can't believe there was religion at a funeral. Don Lemon! What goes on at the liberal funeral? They praise the devil or something? Transgenders dance around, men in little dresses dance around. Like, what happens at the liberal funeral? I've never been to a funeral where there wasn't some guy talking about God and stuff. I don't know. Pretty standard stuff for the funeral. But I guess at an atheist funeral, there's like little transgenders dancing around or something. I don't know what goes on. Good, it's time to end work from home. It's time to get back in the office like an adult. It's time to accept some cold, hard facts. Number one, you can't work at home. You can't get anything done at home. That's a bunch of nonsense. This is why they're bringing y'all back to the office, because you're not productive at home. Because you need to be babysit. And at the office, they can babysit you. There's somebody watching you. But at home, you're just doing your own thing, and you get a little stuff done, but you do a lot of fucking off. You do a lot of bullshit at home. You're clocked in, masturbating furiously. You're playing a game. You're watching fucking Netflix. And that's unacceptable at the workplace. See, if you was at the workplace and you was sitting there at the cubicle watching Netflix, somebody would say, hey, turn that Netflix off, man. Get to work, man. We ain't here to watch Netflix, man. And you would say, oh, I can't watch Netflix at work. This is like slavery. This is just like slavery. They won't let me watch Netflix at work. I'm a slave. What time is Trump going to tell us what causes autism? Did he say they got autism treatment now? Treatment for autism. Somebody get Paul on the line. He needs that. Back in that fucking office. If I gotta go to work, you gotta go to work. You can't be sitting at home, working from home. It's the biggest lie I've ever heard in my life. I know none of you are working. You're not working. There may be one or two guys that are really good at it, And they're probably really pissed because they got a good thing going. They get their work done. They are watching Netflix, but they're also getting a lot done while Netflix is on. They're multitasking. You are locked into Netflix for like an hour. You're locked into the episode. You're like, it's so good. And then after the episode ends, you're like, oh, fuck, I got to do something. I got to get on this laptop and do something. Yeah, one more episode. Hell with it. And you've ruined it for the people that had it made. They had it all figured out. See, people are on vacation logging in. Which, if you think about it, I mean, what's the big deal? If you're going to let them work from home, then they should be able to work from anywhere. As long as the work's getting... This is how you know the work ain't getting done. The work is not getting done, or they wouldn't care. Dude, everybody thinks, like, the managers are just out to bother you all day. They're really not, man. Nobody wants to bother you. They just want to get the job done, so they don't even have to bother you. If you just do your job, nobody's going to come over and say anything. Nobody's going to come looking for you. Nobody's going to care that you're working from home. Nobody's going to give it. There's no reason to give a shit. There's no reason to check in on you. Everything's getting done. You motherfuckers ain't doing nothing, so they gotta do something about it. Thank you for the 10. They have to do something about it. This is how it is, man. When you got a good thing going, don't fuck it up being a fucking retard. People love to fuck up a good thing. You see it all the time. You see it in, like, movies. Actors have, like, a great role. They could play the role for the rest of their life. Everybody'd be satisfied with just them doing that. They'd be a millionaire. They'd live a good life. No, I'm quitting the show. I'm quitting the movie. I'm going to go try to do another show. How many people have 2 successful shows in their life? Very few. How many people make great movie after great movie after great? Sometimes a guy only gets one good movie or one good character, one good TV show. You better stick with it for as long as you can. Look at those Star Trek people. Star Trek's a perfect example of it. These motherfuckers was on the TV in the 60s and shit. And they still at the convention, bro. They're like 90 years old. They're still at the convention. People are like lined up to see them. They're still making money off Star Trek episodes from like the fucking 60s. They get asked to come back. Hey, we're making a movie. You want to come back? They're like, yeah, I'll be in the movie. Fuck yeah. People had sense back then. People had real sense. When you got a good thing going, be happy about it. You're the Star Trek guy. Nowadays, people are fucking retarded. They're like, you're fucking Darth Vader. I don't want to be Darth Vader. I want to do something different. I'm tired of being Darth Vader. I'm tired of being Superman. I don't want people to just see me as Superman. I want to be seen as a serious actor. Yeah, that's cool and everything, but you're Superman, so be happy. I mean, not a lot of people get to be Superman. You should be satisfied with just being Superman. Robert Downey Jr. learned his lesson. He's like, I'm Iron Man. That's cool, I guess. Dude, these people are such fucking, like, narcissists and shit, I'm telling you. That's why they're good actors. You have to be kind of fucked in the head to do that shit. You have to be a little fucked in the head to stand in front of a room of people and, like, act and shit. It's kind of a weird thing to do. But he was Iron Man. What was he before he was Iron Man? A drug addict? He was in prison and shit. Career was nothing. Became Iron Man. Rode that for years and then decided, I don't want to be Iron Man anymore. I'm going to go off and be Dr. Doolittle or something. Remember that? I'm going to go be Dr. Doolittle. Well, that's Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's Dr. Doolittle. I'm sorry. But you're not Dr. Doolittle. It's Eddie Murphy. So that didn't work out, and now what is he? He's back. Now he's trying to do it again. Now he's like, I'll be Dr. Doom. Ain't that funny? Where he was Iron Man, and then he's like, all right, we're killing off Iron Man. He's like, yeah, good. I'm done playing Iron Man. I'm sick of it. And then they killed off Iron Man, and he had to go off and be Dr. Doolittle. Didn't work out. Didn't work out for him. Name a movie Robert Downey Jr.'s been in since Endgame. Like, name it. You can't. Dr. Dolittle, and you didn't even go see that, right? You can't even name a movie that he's been in. I can't. I can't name one. Not that he needs to be. I mean, he's rich as fuck, but career went. Sherlock Holmes, didn't that come out before Endgame? That's true. He wasn't Oppenheimer. He was good in Oppenheimer. Forget about that. Oppenheimer ain't paying the bills though, son. Oppenheimer gets you a little statue put on the to put on the mantle, but it ain't paying the bills. To pay the bills, you gotta go. You gotta come back and be Doctor Doom. He figured it out. Due date came out before fucking Endgame. He figured it out. He said, I made a mistake. I should have stayed as Iron Man. I should have kept him alive. So I got to come back and be Doctor Doom now. Michael C. Hall figured it out with Dexter. He left. He quit. He went to do some movie. Nobody cared. Nobody cared about any of it. Came back. Stay where your bread is buttered. Be happy to have a TV show. Quit fucking quitting the TV show to go off and do another TV show. Nobody wants to, and then nobody wants to watch it, by the way. People tune in, they're like, this shit sucks. I'm watching this shit. But it has this guy in it. That's cool and everything, but I only like this guy when he plays this guy. I don't know nothing about this other guy. I'm not interested. There's something I was going to talk about. I forgot to talk about yesterday. I forgot, though. Oh, the conspiracy schizo people are out of control. They're out of control, man. They are nuts. Conspiracy people have lost it. I mean, I'm going to tell you something, man. There's a lot of crazy conspiracy theories out there. But the ones I'm seeing lately are so crazy. They make the normal crazy stuff look normal, like flat Earth. Like if you believe in flat Earth, that's pretty crazy. But it's kind of harmless, and it's not as crazy as the crazy shit I have to read all week. Now they're saying Charlie Kirk's wife killed Charlie Kirk so she could take over the organization. That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any. Stop with the crazy theories. These theories are insane. What is Parr saying? Ratings were too high. I know he ain't talking about Jimmy Kimmel. What's he talking about in the Discord? He crawled out from under his rock he's been hiding under all day. What was I talking about before I was distracted by Parr? See, he's a distraction. See? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, they're the schizos. Candace Owens is going to court over that French woman, Macron's wife. She's getting sued. They're going to prove that that's a woman. She's a woman. They're going to prove it in court, and they're taking her money. Her husband got to be pissed, bro. Imagine being her husband. Now, don't get me wrong, Candace Owens is probably wild in bed. She's absolutely insane. She's batshit fucking crazy. So she's probably great in bed, but she's attractive, but she's insane. She's insane to a level where it like hurts your wallet. Like she's gonna get on the YouTube and say retarded shit and get you. Then you get sued and you got to pay the French government a bunch of money or something. Like, what the fuck? And that's your wife, your hot black wife. You think you hit the lottery with the hot black wife, that she's kind of rich, she's got her own money, you got money, the hot black wife. And then you find out, oh my God. Then you find out why black men don't date black women. Then you find out. You find out the hard way. He was probably like, well, she's conservative. No, she's insane. You know what I'm saying? And not only is she getting sued about over that, she's going off about Charlie Kirk all day, coming up with these crazy theories, blaming it on Israel. I told you about these Israel things. I told you about these people with the Jew hate. You see how crazy it is? Now you see how crazy it is. They're fucking insane. Charlie Kirk killed by Jews. Why would Charlie Kirk be killed by Jews? Well, he was asking questions. Man, come on, man. Of all the people the Jews could have killed, they picked Charlie Kirk? That don't even make sense. Trust me, Charlie Kirk is a guy that they could have persuaded with words. They didn't have to. Not even mean words, just words. They keep trying to paint Charlie Kirk as like he's some radical guy or something. He like Nick Fuentes or something. I mean, nobody's buying. Even Nick Fuentes isn't buying it. What's that tell you about your crazy ass theory about the Jews and shit killing Charlie Kirk? When the number one Jew hater is not going along with it, that should tell you how crazy you sound. But they said Nick Fuentes was working with the Jews. They said he took the money from Israel to cover up the murder. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what it reminds me of? Like it's like sometimes I'll say something on the stream and then suddenly people act like I'm a liberal. They start calling me a liberal. Like, oh, that sounds like something a liberal would say. Yeah, suddenly I'm a liberal. Like people just lose their mind and go off into some weird ass fantasy. It makes no sense. It wouldn't even make sense to them if they thought about it for 5 minutes. But I guess they get so emotional, so worked up that the brain just shuts off. Suddenly you're a Democrat. You've been calling on Democrats to be arrested, saying they're all violent lunatics. But suddenly you're like, well, maybe we shouldn't take homeless people and throw them off a fucking bridge into the abyss. Maybe that's not the way to go. Oh, sounds a little liberal. Sounds a little liberal to me, Smokey. It's like, I don't know about that. She's still listening to those hoteps again. Oh, she will be listening to the hoteps. Oh, you think she'll go hotep? I don't think the hoteps will want her. I don't think anybody wants Candace Owens. It's some of these people that stream. It's like they turn their stream on every day and they're looking to say whatever they can say to just piss as many people off as possible. It seems like that's the strategy every time. Candace Owens is one of those people. Like Candace Owens could have just said, Charlie Kirk, we were friends and I'll miss him, and she could have mourned him like everybody else. But yeah, that wouldn't give her attention. She wants to be like the center of attention. So she's got the scoop. She's got the inside information. And you see people like Alex Jones and stuff, even they don't do that. Like, we're past Alex Jones just pointing out inconsistencies and, weird things. Like, we got people now that just straight up make shit up. They're not pointing out anything. You watch their streams and they show stuff, and you're just like, who would even believe this? You can watch Alex Jones and you can go, I can understand why people think this. There's a case laid out. There's evidence shown. You can understand why people go along with these theories. But then you watch like Candace Owens and shit, and you're just like, what? Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Where's the evidence? All right, here's the evidence. A plane took off. Like, what? If you look at the ground, if you look at an aerial view of the site where he was killed, it looks like a giant, what's that big Jewish candle thing that they light during like Hanukkah and shit? It's like, bro, relax. And you may think to yourself, you may say, well, it is weird, like they can always find Jews and everything. Yeah, that's weird until you think about it for a few minutes and you realize that actually seems like a sign of madness. It seems like a sign of insanity. Like you're finding Jews in everything. That doesn't mean Jews are involved in everything. What it means is these people are insane. That these people can make a connection to Jews about every event. Now, you, as a rational human being, must understand that the Jews are not involved in every event that happens on the fucking planet, bro. That's insane. So if you believe that and you can start making, like, connections and, like, showing, like, you're finding the Jews, like, you're digging, you're finding it. You're making some connection. Like, the ground is shaped like the candle, and it's just, dude, listen to yourself. You're getting off in the weeds. And you know you're off in the conspiratorial weeds because guys like Alex Jones and shit are telling you, hey, come on back, buddy. When Alex Jones grabs you, when you're walking through the weeds and an arm reaches out and grabs you and you look over and it's Alex Jones and he's like, brother, you're too deep in the conspiracies, brother. You're too deep. Come back with me. And you're like, no, Alex, get off me. I'm going deeper. Alex Jones is telling you you're too deep. You're getting a little too deep. And you're going to argue with Alex Jones. And now he's suddenly a shield. All these people are shields. Because they tell you what you don't want to hear, which is that you're kind of crazy. You've lost your fucking mind. You're obsessed with Jews and Israel. And we're worried about you. Because that's all you talk about is Israel. And don't get me wrong, there's a time to criticize. See, this is what I'm saying. There's a time to criticize Israel. Plenty to criticize real things. Time to talk about Israel. But when Charlie Kirk gets shot dead and you start talking about Israel, you look insane. Because anybody with any sense knows Israel didn't kill fucking Charlie Kirk. That's so silly. That's silly. Makes no sense. Jimmy Kimmel gets canceled. It's the Jews. Like, it's always the Jews. They connect it to Jews in some way. That's a sign of mental illness. Like, as soon as something happens, they start looking for a connection to Israel. They start looking for things. And they find, like, a plane took off. And so they connect that to Mossad. Well, it must have been the shooter. The real shooter got on the plane and took off. Now, they have no evidence, really. A plane did take off from the airport, but that's not evidence. I mean, you couldn't go into a court of law and say a plane took off. And they go, oh, case closed. Guilty. Plane took off. Who was in the plane? They don't know. They don't know anything. But they're looking. You got to understand, they're frantically looking for weird shit that they can somehow connect it to Israel. So they need like a plane. They need shady shit. A car drove away. A plane took off or fucking whatever. And a lot of times, if you look around, you'll find like the person in the car that took off. There's like an interview with him. He's just some guy. Or they will find the guy that was in the plane that took off. It'll just be some guy. Lives in Canada or some shit. And you'll try to show it to these people like, hey, man, that's been debunked. And they're like, no. And then you're Jewish suddenly. They call you Jewish and you're an Israeli shield. When people started calling me that, I knew that this was a serious mental illness. This was a serious issue. People have lost their minds. People have gone mad with the Israel stuff. And I'm telling you, much like the insufferable liberalism bullshit, the anti-Israel stuff is going to start to get really insufferable. It already is insufferable. But it's going to get... Don't underestimate the power of being fucking annoying. Just a warning for all you people that obsess about Israel. I'm telling you right now, you're annoying. You are so annoying. Do not underestimate what that can do to your overall movement to be too fucking annoying to the point where people just start tuning you out. They can't even listen to you no more. You're so annoying. Every major event that happens, here you come with it's about Israel. And that was fun at first, right? It's fun. Like, oh, tell me about it. But now they're going too far. Now Charlie Kirk gets murdered. It's Israel. You stub your toe in the dark. It's Israel. It rains on your head coming home. Israel weather machine. I mean, it's, you jerk off to porn. Israel made you do it. Like, once this war in Gaza ends, everyone's kind of going to move on from Israel. Like, normal people ain't really going to worry about it, think about it. Because there's no reason to, I don't think about fucking Zimbabwe all day. I don't think about China all day. I don't think about Russia. I don't think about Ukraine. I don't think about fucking Afghanistan or Iraq too goddamn much, because it's just another country. And I'm not going there, and I'm not that worried about it. But after this war ends, you guys are still going to be so hyper fixated on Israel. That's when people are going to start going, okay, I understand criticizing and being all focused on it when it's in the news and you got this war going on, but you still going, man. You still going on and on and on and on and on and on. Take it from the liberals. Like, look at the liberals. Look at the state they're in. Look at the state their movement's in. Because they're annoying. If you could sum up why the Democratic Party collapsed, you could sum it up into one word, it would be the word annoying. They're annoying. They've annoyed this country so much that people just can't take it no more. And they go vote Trump, and they think like, all right, we voted for Trump. Now they'll get the message, and they don't get the message. They actually get worse. They get worse. Every time you defeat these people, you defeat them, you slay the beast. You work so hard to beat them, and you beat them. And then they just get up the next day, and whatever, and they get worse. They just get worse. They get smaller, but the smaller they get, the worse they get. And they're so annoying. And it was like, I think people were getting to the point where they were like, well, I'll just ignore these crying. They're crying about Trump all day. I'll just ignore them. Then they started like keying people's Teslas, attacking people's Teslas and shit. And it's like, damn, if you own a Tesla, you can't ignore them. They're coming after you. Now they're killing people and shit. Actually, they've been killing people for years, but now they're killing prominent people now. So people's paying attention to it. And it's also just annoying. It's just annoying. Like, you just can't get away. You're like, all right, I've defeated you. I've took all your power. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, goddammit. And you're done with it. You're like, I'm done. Now leave me alone. And they won't. They're like, nope, going to start killing you now. Going to start shooting you now. It's ridiculous. You defeat them in the debate. So then, and then you defeat them in the election. And so then they start killing you. There's nothing after that. You realize that, right? Nothing after that. Once these lunatics pop off and have and start a real war in this country because they keep getting violent, keep killing people, and people literally have to defend themselves in self-defense because they're trying to come in their homes or something. I don't put nothing past these lunatics. Look at October 7th. Look what they cheered that shit. People busting in people's houses and killing them in their house. Don't put nothing past a liberal. Time him out now. Time him out now. That's why you shouldn't be on some faggot second account. Like a faggot. Trying to blend in like a faggot. I'm just one of the many faggots in here. Pay me no mind. You really have undercover officers in the chat. Like undercover motherfuckers are sitting there. Mods are sitting there undercover. Just waiting on you to say something really stupid. Oh, there's nobody here to stop me. And then here comes this guy. He was here the whole time like an air marshal. You're in that chat spamming away. Thinking, oh, there's no mods in here. Nobody's here. There's a fucking air marshal. Stormy Daniels' hairy pussy is an air marshal. Stormy Daniels' hairy pussy rips a mask off. It's Money King Gnome. You're like, oh shit, Money King Gnome. The fuck? Gotcha. Gotcha, motherfucker. You didn't think nobody was watching, but we're always watching. Someone's always watching you. Jacob Larson was like, I'll abuse my power. I'll ban this guy. No, you won't. Tell Parr to get in the voice chat and answer for the crimes. You're probably wondering where he's been all day, washing the blood off his hands. That's why he ain't been typing in that Discord. It's hard to type on the phone when your hands are wet. It's real hard to type. So you got all that blood all over your hands. You can't type nothing. You got to get in there and clean. And he's scrubbing the blood. So much blood. Liberals can't help themselves like David Pakman. Even the liberals, like you think, like Junie tried to be like, hey, David Pakman. I watched David Pakman. Remember he said that? I watched David Pakman. Like he's acting like, oh, I'm a rational guy. I watched David Pakman. David Pakman is a lunatic. David Pakman has no sense. David Pakman made a tweet about the memorial. And listen, let me explain this to you. Any liberal that you saw making negative comments about that memorial yesterday is a retard. Just understand that. They have no political sense whatsoever. The fact that these people call themselves political analysts and they're going to make videos and tell you about politics, and, and I'll give you advice about politics, is insane to me because they have no sense. They have no sense. David Pakman wants to put a nice shirt on and some nice pants and sit at a desk with a microphone, and I'm professional and I read the studies and I'm a serious man. I'm a serious man. But then he shows that he's a retard child. This is why they lose. This is why they can't win elections, because this is their influencers. This is their leadership. These are the guys that influence everybody and tell people how to act. Tell all the voters how to act. Hey, this is how we win. We get on social media and we talk shit about a funeral. We protest the funeral. We talk shit about the widow. We talk shit about the dead man. That's how we win. And there's nobody on the left besides Bill Maher There's a few people like Bill Maher, and they're not listening to Bill Maher at all. They don't want to hear him. Bill Maher might as well become a fucking Republican at this point because the Democrats don't even want him no more. And he's one of the few people going, hey, let's just calm down. Let's stop shooting people. It's so easy. It's actually so easy just to go, hey, don't condone shooting people because they were saying stuff. No, we don't condone that. Simple. Very simple. The fact that liberals want to have a debate over the things he said, that's everything you need to know. There's nothing left to see about the liberal. The liberal kills a man and then wants to have a debate about the things he said and whether they were right or wrong. That's irrelevant to the fact you killed the man. You don't get to kill a man because you don't like what he said. You don't get to do that. Not in America, you don't. So it's a very un-American thing. And everybody saw that half the country has these un-American views. You're going to be rejected at the ballot box. You are. Country has to send a message to you that that's not going to be tolerated. At the very least, the people that run the party have to realize, like, you can't run a party like this. You can't rally around this message that let's just kill the other motherfuckers. If the Democratic Party's message is going to be, well, let's just kill them, well, then they're declaring they want to have a civil war. That's what they're declaring. And the Democratic Party is dangerously close to that point. I mean, the rhetoric is, they got Omar and Crockett on TV every day saying crazy shit. These people are retarded. Ilhan Omar should be deported for what she's doing. She should be deported. The fact that she's allowed to go on TV and talk like that as a member of Congress is crazy. They talk about the way Trump talks. That woman, nuts. That woman went on CNN and said, hey, Charlie Kirk spread hate. That's the same thing the shooter said in the text messages. She knows exactly what she's doing. She doesn't give a shit about this country because she's from fucking Somalia. She doesn't care about this country. She doesn't care if the country burns to the ground. She doesn't care if everybody goes out in the streets and starts killing each other. She doesn't give a shit about any of that. Deport her ass immediately. They were mad. Donald Trump said he hates them. He don't like them. Who can blame him? You tried to kill him. They probably tried to kill his whole family at some point. There's probably been threats to his family the whole time. There's probably been moments we don't even know about where they had to fucking, increase protection on his daughter or something. These people are fucking nuts. Don't put it past these people to try to go after Trump's family because they can't get to Trump. The whole family got to have insane protection. Everybody saw that. I mean, like millions of people, they say 100 million people watched that Charlie Kirk memorial. There was over 200,000 people out, trying to get into that arena, that stadium. And when you watched it, what'd you see? You saw people having to stand behind bulletproof glass. They had to put the president behind big bulletproof glass. They had to put the guy's widow behind bulletproof glass. Because they were worried some lunatic liberal might shoot them even in the stadium. It's a bad look for liberals, like when you tune into that and you're like, geez. And you start thinking about it. You start thinking, I don't remember seeing Biden and Kamala behind bulletproof glass like this. I don't remember any of this. I don't remember Bernie Sanders behind some bulletproof glass. If the problem is on both sides, then why aren't we seeing this level of security on the left? We're not. They don't seem to be afraid of the so-called violence they keep talking about. The Republicans seem like they're actually worried about it, rightfully so. You got to understand, people see that, like regular normal people. They see that stuff and it's like, what the hell? There's bulletproof glass at the memorial. Some liberal might shoot up the memorial. They got to put like I said last night, they got to build Attack on Titan walls. They got to create Attack on Titan in real life to secure the stadium. They have to build a series of walls. And in between those walls, they have soldiers to protect this building full of the most prominent right-wing names in society. This giant stadium full of all the right-wing influencers, all the powerful right-wing people in one place. And you know the demonic liberals were itching to get in that building. I bet you there was liberals at the outer wall just grabbing on it, shaking it, howling like a demon, I bet you. Because they wanted to get in there. Everybody was at that memorial. Hell, God was there. Trump was there. And the demons was outside howling, screeching. He was pissed. I mean, you understand how much of a loser you got to be to even criticize the memorial? Like, it's just a weird thing to do. I can't remember ever doing it in my life, even when I didn't like Republicans. I can't remember ever, like, going off about a funeral of a Republican or paying any attention to it, really. I'm sure I probably said, like, hey, fuck this guy, but it wasn't a guy that got shot. It'd be like some 90-year-old man that died or some of old age. It was never a guy that was, like, murdered for being a fucking Republican. It's insane. It's one thing if you was celebrating, an old, like let's say Donald Trump had a heart attack and died or something. And let's say that was like after the president. Let's say like 5 years from now or something. And then you all were like, good, I'm glad he's dead. I mean, that'd be evil, but this was just really evil. This was the perfect storm. This was the worst time to do something like that. It's not a good look. But see, they celebrate people dying all the time, and it's nobody really cares. Nobody really does anything about it. Nobody says anything because it's like some old person died, or some old world leader had a heart attack, and they're like celebrating. Oh, it's so great, and people just like, whatever, roll their eyes. But everybody saw this guy die, and then you're like coming into the phone. You're like on your phone. You're like, oh my God. You're making a TikTok. You're like, oh. And people are like, what the fuck? You're making a TikTok. You're like, Charlie Kirk died. And people see that and they go, what the hell? Like the spirit of Satan takes over. They're like, oh God, Charlie Kirk. I'm so happy. Oh. Like, are you ejaculating in your pants? That one dude was like, I've watched it 100 times. It just keeps getting better. Imagine sitting in a dark room watching a guy get shot over and over and over. And then telling everybody about how much empathy you got. Imagine some guy getting shot. You watch it 100 times. You're like jacking off. You're so happy. But then you see a video of somebody getting deported. Some crying woman with her child. She's getting sent home to Mexico. And you're like, oh my God, this is horrible. Liberals don't understand the damage that they've done to themselves here. Because now when you cry for the deported people, no one's going to give a shit. Nobody gave a shit already, right? Now people really ain't going to give a shit about that fake-ass crying about some woman getting sent home, especially some man getting... See, there ain't going to be no sympathy for the men. There already wasn't any sympathy for the men. Nobody cares about a Maryland man. Nobody gives a shit. Especially now they know he's a wife beater. Let's say he's not a gang member. Let's say he's not, even though he is. But let's pretend he's not. The fact that he, beats his wife and shit, we don't need him here. We got enough lunatics. We got enough. We don't need him. Get him out of here. Get his ass out of here. If you come from another country and you do any kind of crazy shit, like if you beat your wife, if you shoplift a candy bar, automatic deportation. Like if you come to this country, you better behave yourself. Because if you do anything, you're out of here. I don't care what it is. You go over the speed limit, whatever you do. You run a fucking red light, deported, go home. The fuck out of here. It's like somebody coming in your house and just trashing the place. Like, get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck are you to come in here trashing everything? I keep hearing about all the great Indians are coming over here to save us. Take a look at India sometime. Get on YouTube and watch videos of people going to India, taking a vacation. It's a nightmare world. So I don't want to hear... Trump's right. These people that come from these other countries and who want to lecture us about how to run this country. Like, look at your shithole country. You don't get to come over here and tell nobody about anything. It's the greatest country in the world. You come from Somalia. What the hell can a person from Somalia tell us about anything? Give me a break. They have a different perspective. I don't want their fucking perspective. It's a failed perspective. And what's with all these countries recognizing the state of Palestine? What's all this about? What is all this about? What if Israel just declared war on all these countries that were recognizing it? What if they bombed France? Ain't it funny that Israel runs the world, but all these countries are recognizing the state of Palestine? That's weird, ain't it? Strange. It's almost like they don't run anything, really. See, that's why they have to have a real good spy agency, because they really don't have any power. That's why they got to be shady and sneaky. Do sneaky shit. When you got real power, you don't have to do sneaky shit, man. You don't. What's the need for sneaky shit when you have all the power? No need.